Recognize that each day there is a choice that you are to make as you progress this life. And do you see that the choices that you make are critical to how you advance from one day to the next? It is in this way that you move beyond certain mental limitations when you can stop and reflect as to why thus and such did not occur as you had intended it to be. And do you see that oftentimes when you see a repeated pattern, when you see something that routinely does not work, and you expect it now not to work, you no longer are looking for a pathway to move you out and beyond the thing that did not progress as you wanted it to? And do you see that in this way, you are accepting what is? And although that is a good thing and you are not pushing through and fighting through what might otherwise be, might you also stop and look at the occurrence in a big picture sort of way? Can you look at the occurrence and discover why this thing is not occurring as it should, as it might, as it would for other people? And when you can look at something in a more global way, not diminished, not feeling a lesser energy, when you can look at it whimsically, perhaps, in that whimsical wonderment sort of way, then you can look upon it and see perhaps what you could not see earlier, for there might be a pattern. And when that pattern does exist and you recognize it, can you move into that space of asking why this is as it is? And when you get an insight, move forward from that. And perhaps let us say that you do not receive an insight, that you are befuddled with what this occurrence is meant to produce and what you are meant to understand and elicit from its discovery. Then you simply surrender it. You surrender what you do not know. You surrender what is underfoot but not seen. And so when you can, by grace, perhaps, surrender this thing, and sit with it and surrender it some more. And then continue to ask if you have fully surrendered it. And you will know when you have done so by simply asking and hearing and waiting for an answer. And if you cannot do this routinely as you move about your day, do this in a whimsical sort of way, in a meditative or contemplative sort of way. Do it in a way that you receive an answer. Do it in a way that aligns with you. And then release this thing. Release this impediment and allow for a bubbling up of perhaps a little bit more to occur. And so then you will ask again. For if this thing has been with you for a lifetime and perhaps many others, there may be a little bit of process and uncorking. Let us say the backup that is causing it to remain within your being and world. And so when you can look upon these negativisms, these things undesired, these reoccurrences that are perhaps reoccurring throughout your life, and you do not want them any longer, then simply release them. Simply release them in the wonderment of the discovery of what they are here to show you. And if you do not know what they are here to show you, then simply surrender them. Let the universe know that there is no longer the need for this thing. Or perhaps there was something that occurred in a past time that required you to look upon this thing in a different way than it was looked upon before. And now you are simply looking upon it in that new vision, with new eyes, with a new understanding. And so might we recommend this day. Do so with expediency. Do so in the wonderment of all that is. Do so that your life may not be with this negative occurrence enacted repetitively in your future.